Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. Now today I've had a nice package delivered from the post, and this particular box has come all the way from Thailand, and it contains a Singapore 24-hour accessory pack and a single meal pack. So let's get this open on a table and see what the box contains. So what we have here is a very impressive looking postal box, lots of postal stamps and marks all over it, and I have actually imported this one from Thailand. So what it should contain is a 24-hour accessory pack and a single meal pack from Singapore, the Singapore Army. So straight off the top there we have the accessory pack B, and it's slightly gone beyond its best before date of 31st July 2018, so it is actually a couple of months out of date or by its best before, but it should still be perfectly edible. And next to that we have the one-man field ration, and this one is fried pasta with chicken, and for dessert creamy corn dessert. And again, this one is slightly older, best before date 17th of March 2018, but again hopefully should still be very good. So let's move this box out of the way and we'll start to see what they contain. I think first off we shall start with the main meal, the single field ration, and this one is menu 1. Just a thick plastic see-through bag, very similar in consistency to the American MRE in feel, nice strong one, no tear slip, so we shall just use the knife to slit that. And what have we inside? Now, straight away there are 3 packets of oat digestive crackers. There is a little tube of Mentos fruit, so minis. There is a Pakora Sweat iron supply drink. Now this is the creamy corn dessert, and it does feel very liquid. I think I might need a bowl for that one. There is a field ration list of contents and all the contents of the actual meals. And the mains, the fried pasta with chicken. Feeling not so wet. So just put those there. So that is the single meal. And at the side here we have a 24-hour accessory bag. So I assume you get 1 accessory bag and 3 individual meal pouches per day. And this accessory pack is pack B. So again, let's just get this open and see what it contains. So there are 2 packets of chocolate biscuits. There is 2 packets of oat biscuits. A packet of tissues or TP. There is 2 packets of solid fuel with matches. And there's a note there, not to consume. I think these are just hexamine blocks. They feel like hexy blocks. There is a apricot and honey bar, 50 grams. A blueberry and apple bar, 50 grams. There is another of the Accessory Sweat. With that one. Red date and longer tea. Can't quite make that out under the light. I shall have a better look in a moment, but it's a tea. There is a chocolatey drink, a little bit like a cocoa, I should imagine. A lemon tea. And a 3-in-1 coffee. Okay, so that is the contents of the 24-hour accessory pack and the contents of the 1 meal field ration. So let's get these out on a tray and start to see what they look and taste like. So as you can see, I now have the main meal pack and some of the accessory items laid out on a tray. And one thing I did notice, this particular meal doesn't come with any sort of cutlery, so I'm assuming the soldiers carry their own knife, fork and spoon. And this gives me a good opportunity to introduce my new German Army knife, fork, spoon set. It's very well made, very impressed with it up to now. I've not used it, this will be the first time I use it, but everything has little notches where it all springs and clips together. So you get a very impressive looking spoon, nice sturdy fork, a knife, and on the end here a bottle opener and can opener. So nice little set of cutlery there, and I'll use that for this meal. So where should I put them for now? Just up the top here. Okay, so what I think I'll do, I think I'll start with the mixes, and this one is a lemon tea. So let's get this open. Very nice smell of lemon on opening, brownish sort of powder, and I think we'll just pour it straight in the glass there. And using the rather large spoon, it's a very big spoon, we'll just give that a mix. And that's the tea. And then I think we'll have a look at this Accessory Sweat, and it's an electrolyte powder, bit small writing, but obviously contains a lot of the essential vitamins, minerals, amino acids and various other important chemicals that our bodies need. So let's again, let's mix this, and it's just a very simple looking powder, no particular smell. Just a straightforward white looking powder. And I think I'll actually use the knife to stir this one because it's a long glass. I don't think that big spoon will get in there. And last but not least, we shall have a Gold Roast 3-in-1 coffee mix. I've not had this particular brand before, so interesting to see what Singapore coffee is like. Typical 3-in-1 style mix, and at this point I realise I've forgotten my hot water, so if you excuse me, I shall go and get some. So I'm back, complete with hot water. So let's carry on and finish off this coffee. And again, I'll use the knife. The spoon on that set is a little bit large for getting in these mugs. Okay, now I'm going to go with the creamy corn dessert. I wasn't sure what to do with this dessert. It sounds very liquid, and a lot of desserts in the UK we warm up. A lot of desserts around the world you eat cold. So I'm going to try it cold. Because it's so liquid, I have a bowl, and we'll just see what it looks like and then make a decision. I can always warm the bowl up if need be. Wow, very interesting. That's corn, milk, cream. It smells good. It smells like a rice pudding, a cream rice pudding. Very wet, very moist. We have a little bit of corn jumped out there. Now, it's an unusual looking pudding. There is corn in what we would normally use a rice, a cream base. Interesting. Interesting to see what that tastes like. And I'm leave the mains wrapped until the last minute to keep them warm. We'll have a look at the blueberry and apple bar. Very difficult to open. And it looks very much like what we have here in the UK called a fig roll. I know in the US they have a very similar sort of fig biscuit or base, so I don't know what you call it in the US, but it's like a fig roll here in the UK. And we have some oat digested crackers. Now this one came with the main meal and the pudding. There was 3 packets of these. I'm only opening one. Well, these ones feel like they've had a little bit of battle damage, and they're very, very worse for wear. And we have another set of oat biscuits that came in the accessory pack, so we shall open these just to have a look at these as well. Very strong packaging. All of the plastic is very heavy duty. These ones look like they've lasted a little bit better. And now finally we're down to the main meal, fried pasta with chicken, and it's very hot. This has been boiling for about 10 minutes. Very hard bags to open. There's a nice smell coming from there. Strong smell of garlic. There's a lot of garlic in there. And I think this is time for the big spoon. Very strong garlic smell. The pasta looks very wet and a little bit overcooked, I think, more than what we'd normally have here. Way past the al dente, or just done as we'd call it. So mix that up a little bit. Very dry, no sauce, and I think I'll just leave that a moment. I'm going to start with the Accessory Sweat. There's a little bit of the electrolytes on the bottom of the glass. Try this one. Very mild hint of lemon. No extra colouring or sweetening. You can taste the salts, taste the electrolytes. It's far more pleasant than some of the other ones I've experienced, which are like this. It's quite palatable, it's gentle. It's actually quite a very, very nice, light, energy boosting or electrolyte replacing drink. It's quite pleasant, very nice. Now I think we'll try the 3-in-1 coffee. Looks like a medium roast. Quite sweet, not bitter, medium roast, an instant coffee, but for that it tastes a pretty decent instant coffee, 3-in-1. Not overly sweet this time. It's sweet, but some of the other 3-in-1s are very sweet. This is just about right. Very nice cup of coffee, decent instant coffee, and we'll try the lemon tea. Much more of a lemon. It sort of gets you in the cheeks. It's a little bit sour, not too sour. This is the right amount of sweet and sour. Very reminiscent of a cold remedy we have in the UK called Lemsip, which is a hot lemon drink with paracetamol in there. Very, very similar tasting to that. Quite nice, quite pleasant. Again, a nice, pleasing drink. None of these cold drinks are overpowering. Very nice, very subtle. Okay, so let's have a look at these mains. This is fried pasta with chicken. Now looking at it, the pasta doesn't look very fried. It doesn't look like it's been browned in a fry pan or anything like that. It does look very soft. There's a very strong smell of garlic. Very strong smell of garlic. There's chicken in there. I can see some bell pepper or carrots. Let's have a taste. So it's a very mild on flavour. Because of the lack of sauce, you're relying on the garlic and the other herbs in there. It's not unpleasant. Very sticky. Very, very sticky. The pasta is way overcooked by Western standards, or I don't know, UK standards. It is gone soggy, gluteny, very much like a sticky rice. When you have a sticky rice meal, it's very much like that. The chicken is in cubes, has some texture left. I think that's some crab stick we have here in the UK, or surimi. Definitely looks like a piece of crab stick. It is crab stick or surimi. Surimi, shredded artificial crab. Very unusual combination. Very dry, very sticky, heavy on the garlic, but filling and pleasing. Unusual is more, I'd say unusual. Now, try one of these digestive cookies that came with the main meal. It's very sweet. Do apologise, speaking of a mouthful. They are very, very sweet, very brittle, very dry, but nice. A nice biscuit. I think I'll just clean my spoon and we'll try some of the bear with me, I don't fancy garlic in my cream pudding. Okay. So, very unusual combination for my own experiences. Corn, sweet corn, in what looks like a creamy sauce. I shall have a taste first of the liquid. It's a sweet cream, like what you'll have in a rice pudding, a cream dairy rice pudding that we have here in the UK, but it has a strange back flavour of sweet corn. Very unusual. Again, not unpleasant, not disturbing, just very different to what I'm used to. I'm sure this would be pretty good warmed as well, but it's also okay cold. Very unusual, very sweet, very creamy. I'm going to try some of the digestive biscuits in there. Just give those a moment just to soak up some of that creamy juice. Try a little bit of the biscuit. Just add some more sweetness, some texture, some crunch. Different, but not unpleasant. Okay. Have another drink of this coffee to cleanse the palate. That's a nice coffee. For a 3-in-1 coffee, that's a nice coffee. That does what it needs to do. And another drink of the lemon tea. Again, very nice, very pleasant, very refreshing lemon drink. So let's come back to this bar. I need to refresh my memory which one this is. This is the blueberry and apple. Looks very much in texture, shape and similar in smell to the fig bars we have here in the UK. And taste is the same. Very nice, very sweet. A nice soft outer casing, very pleasant, very nice, more like an after dinner pudding I would say than the creamy corn pudding or dessert. Very nice, very soft, very chewy, feels like dates and fig and tastes very similar. Try another piece of this Accessory Sweat. With a name like Sweat, I did have envisaged that it would actually taste like sweat, but it's quite pleasing. Clearly an energy drink, an electrolyte drink. You can taste them without it being overpowering in chemicals and colour. And last but not least, we have the oat biscuits that came in the accessory pack. Nice and crisp. Well, it's very much like a kind of biscuit you dunk in your tea here in the UK. It's sweet, slightly milky. Again, in the UK we have biscuits called malted milk, which has like a milky, powdered milky taste to them. Very much similar to a malted milk biscuit. If you don't have those, they're just a sweet, digestive style biscuit. Try some dipped in the coffee. A sweet biscuit. Goes very nice in the coffee. More of a sweet dipping biscuit, dunking biscuit I think, than a cracker. I should try a little bit with the main just to actually compare and see. It does go with the main, but in my opinion it's a little bit too sweet. A little bit too sweet for that. It's more of a sweet biscuit. But we all have different tastes. Far better as a sweet biscuit, so I'll just try some in the creamy corn pudding dessert. Yes, much better with sugar and coffee than with garlic and crab stick. Just a very pleasing, enjoyable biscuit. So, clean my palate. An overview of the meal. The Pakora Sweat, very light, very pleasing, nice to have an energy drink which isn't full of colours and preservatives. It's full of electrolytes, you can taste the salts as you drink them, but not unpleasant. The worst one I can think of springs to mind is the Spanish. It's very similar to the Spanish rations, plain simple white powder, but far superior, far more palatable. The coffee, nice, decent, mid-roast, not overly sweet. All of these 3-in-1s tend to be a little bit on the sweet side, but on this one not overly sweet. Very decent, very enjoyable. Does just what you want when you need it. A nice comforting cup of coffee. The iced tea, again, nice lemon flavour, slightly sweet, slightly tart, slightly acidic. You get the slight sourness inside your lip gums as you, inside your cheeks as you drink it, and then the sweetness follows. Again, another light, pleasant, not overly powered cool drink. The creamed corn dessert or pudding dessert, very unusual, very strange combination for my taste. Very much like a creamy rice pudding. If there was rice in there, it'd be very much more enjoyable in my opinion. The sweet corn is different in this type of pudding for me. It isn't unpleasant, it isn't unlikable, and I'm sure if I had it 3 or 4 times I'd start to develop the flavour. But it is what it is. Crumbling the biscuits in, it helped, just gave it a little bit more texture. But it's sweet, it's a pudding, just very different to my tastes. The mains, strange combination again. There is what we call crab stick or surimi. There is chicken. There is soft, soggy, sticky pasta. Doesn't taste fried. When I talk of fried, you expect it to be slightly dry, slightly crisp maybe. This is wet, soggy, gloopy, gluteny. A lot of garlic. Would benefit from something a little bit spicy, bit of Tabasco maybe. Bit of hot sauce. Just needs a little bit more kick. Very bland. The chicken, there's a chunk of chicken, is very firm. Processed chicken. Again, edible, palatable, would fill you if you needed the energy boost, but for my own palate, it's not one of my best, not one of the best I've had, but still enjoyable if you like garlic and surimi and chicken. It's not totally uneatable. The fruit bar is very much like a fig biscuit, fig roll, tastes like one, slightly tasting more of an apple. It says blueberry and apple, and you can taste the apple more than anything else. Very pleasant, very nice, very soft sweetness after. The oat biscuits, more of a sweet Dunkin' biscuit, perfect for dipping into tea and coffee or just eating on its own as a biscuit. Very similar to a malted milk biscuit we have here in the UK. Designed for going into the tea. Very nice biscuit. Same as what's left of the oat digestives. Very sweet, very crumbly, very brittle. These have had some serious battle damage. Nice when added to the pudding, dessert. Just helped just give it a bit more texture and crunch. So, very unusual, very different set of flavours, tastes and textures. If I was to live in Singapore and have this more often, I'd quickly develop the taste for much of this food. But as it is, I wouldn't say it's my personal favourite. But saying that, if I was desperate, if I was hungry, it would still be welcome. So I'm going to leave it here, and I'm going to come back with a tray of a few of the accessories which are still in the accessory pack. So thank you, and bye for now. Welcome back. I now have here on the tray the last of the items from the accessory pack, and we have the Nestle Milo chocolate drink, the apricot and honey bar, the red date and longan tea, pack of the chocolate biscuits, and the Mentos minis. So let's again start with the drinks. Now this is Nestle Milo, and it's a sports type energy drink made for hot chocolate. And I don't know if you can see that because it's very small. There's a long list of vitamins, minerals and electrolytes included in this chocolate drink. So let's get this made up. It does ask for hot water. These are one of the things that I would have thought would have been a cold chocolatey drink, but it does say hot. Oh, and it's now gone all over my table. Try and blow some of that away a little bit. All over my tray. It's a very fine chocolatey type powder. And I'll use the knife again just to stir it with. It doesn't call for a lot of water. None of these drinks call for much water. They're all about 150 mils, which is smaller than most. And We'll have a look at the other drink. This is something totally new as well. This is red date and longan tea. Just with instructions to make it with hot water again. See if I can do this one without spilling it all over my table. And looks like a lot of fine granules there. And you can see, we'll again make this up. There's a very nice berry smell, fragrance coming from that there. We'll have a look at the apricot and honey bar. And this feels very similar, if not the same as the last one we had. More like a fig roll type biscuit bar. Very tough packaging. As I said earlier, all the plastic on these packaging is very tough. Yeah, it's a very similar looking bar. And we'll have a look at the chocolate biscuits. Survived in nice condition. And of course the Mentos Minis. Which seem to have stuck together. And there is five little Mentos fruits. So I think I'll start with the red date and langon tea. It's gone nice and dark, like a dark tea without sugar or milk. Oh, it's very sweet. Very, very sweet. Very unusual flavour. Quite pleasant. It's like a flowery, this is a taste of flowers. Very difficult to taste, to describe. Very, very sweet. It's like a hint of flower or rose petal type of hint in the background, but very pleasant. Very pleasant, very unusual again. Some very unusual tastes, flavours and textures in this Singapore ration. That's one of them, but it's very pleasant tea. Now, there's the chocolate energy drink. Now that tastes like an unsweetened cocoa. So if you had not a drinking chocolate, if you've had cocoa, the main component, and you've not sweetened it, it tastes like a cocoa drink. Not very sweet at all, not like you would expect from a chocolatey drink, but still very pleasant and a nice, warm, comforting drink. And as you saw from the packet, absolutely loaded with vitamins, minerals and electrolytes. So again, a very nice, pleasant, chocolatey drink. We'll have a look at this apricot and honey bar. Very much same textured and look as the last one. Smells very similar. Tastes very similar. Again, tastes like a compressed fig date bar or fig roll. This is apricot and honey, the other one was apple and blueberry, but there's very little difference in taste, surprisingly. But both of them though are very good. Very soft, very fruity, nice, well rounded. Little energy boost. Come back to this red date and longan tea. There's a lot of sugar in that, but very pleasant flavours. I'll also have a look at these chocolate biscuits. Nice firm texture, nice crisp break there. Subtle hint of chocolate, not overpowering, not too sweet. Like the other oat biscuit, the square oat biscuit, it's pretty much a dunk in your tea or coffee style biscuit. In the UK we have chocolate creams called bourbon creams. It tastes like the top biscuit to one of those. The closest thing I can think of that America might have would be Oreos. It's not quite as dark as an Oreo biscuit, just the top biscuit off it, but very similar, very similar. But a nice, decent chocolate flavoured dipping biscuit. Very nice. Very good. The biscuits and cereal bars have been very good in this ration. And back to the cocoa. Very nice cocoa drink. I shall bring in these tissues just to have a look at them. Little pack of tissues, or TP, whichever the need arises. See if we can just get one. Typical style tissues, not as big as the ones you find in the UK ORP ration, but typical sort of very thin nose tissue, something you blow your nose on, or overuse obviously, but still very usable tissues there. And although this is not a food item, I shall have a look just at one of the solid fuel with matches, just to have a look what's inside. See if I can peel it open. No, none of these bags have been peelable. They're all very strong plastic. Oh, strong fuel, hexamine smell. Little tray, 2 hexamine blocks and some matches. Put those on the tray. I don't want to contaminate my tray. Little packet of standard safety matches. Little box of matches there. So that makes up the contents of accessory pack B. We still have another packet of chocolate biscuits, another packet of the oat biscuits, another packet of the fuel tablets, 2 packets of the oaty biscuits that came with the main meal. So there's still plenty of leftovers. Oh, nearly forgot the Mentos. Too busy concentrating on the fuel. Let's try the Mentos quickly. That was a lime. Soft and chewy. Very nice fruit. Very nice little fruit chews. Crispy shell. That was a lemon. Very nice fruit chews. Okay, so excuse me now while I finish the chew. Very interesting ration. Some very different tastes, textures there for me from Singapore. I did enjoy this ration. Maybe not the food contents, but I enjoyed exploring all of the different tastes and textures. So, thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe and hit that notification button for future videos coming very soon. So thank you and goodbye. So we have here a very impressive looking postal box with a lot of stamps and from various places, and I've had to import this one from Thailand, and it should contain a Singapore single meal and a 24-hour accessory pack. So let's have a look at those. First off, we have the 1-man 24-hour accessory pack B, and this one is slightly out of date, 31st of July 2018, so it's a couple of months out of date now, but as you know, should still be very good. And next to that I have a 1 meal field ration, non-vegetarian, and this here is start again.